Finding little Snowy was the best thing for 8-year-old Tommy, who continues coping with the loss of his father. When the kitten shares its unique gifts with him, his happiness grows as he begins to see the secret images radiating from the world around him. But when a cold-blooded killer begins tracking them down, both Tommy and Snowy must face the worst possible danger of their lives, as this monster begins destroying all who stand in his way, determined to possess both child and cat. Linked is the first book in the Linked trilogy. It follows Tommy, who is coping with the death of his father, and he finds a cat, Snowy, a kitten, I guess, who then kind of bonds with him and starts showing him secret images and different things that are, well, inherent to the wonders that are cats. So Tommy becomes sort of this, like, a very aware kid, and he learns all of these secrets, and the problem is that there's someone out there who wants to control Tommy and the cat, frankly, because he's got all of these abilities, and this guy's gonna stop at nothing to get these two. And yeah, so as far as coming of age fiction goes, I think I liked this one a fair bit. It fell on the younger end of the spectrum as far as coming of age fiction goes. A lot of it falls into the YA category, whereas I think this one was more like middle grade fiction. That being said, it's not actually middle grade fiction. It gets a bit dark at a decent number of points, so be aware of that. But I think it deals a lot with overcoming grief and facing your fears, and I liked it quite a lot. As far as characters go, Tommy is 8, so it's a little bit harder for an adult to relate to him, except for the fact that he is going through all of these difficult traumas. He's trying to cope. I think really the character that is most fascinating is his mother. She is trying to deal with her own loss. She's trying to deal with Tommy, trying to make sure that he is okay during all of this, and then when things go a little haywire with this killer coming after them, she really buckles down and sort of faces the things that are coming to her family, and she does a fair bit to stop them. And I think that's the most interesting part of the story for me, frankly, is her ability to sort of realize what's going on. I mean, there's a certain amount of disbelief that she holds, but she still is doing her best to kind of face fears, face reality, and help out as best she can. And I liked that quite a bit. In fact, I think all of the adult characters in the book do really spectacularly well at living life and really going and understanding what's going on and facing things that are really not wonderful at all to face. Yeah, I think it's more about them than it is actually about Tommy. I mean, it's a fair bit about him, obviously, but I think they're really the main focus of this story. Yeah, I will say it does start off pretty dark and it ends pretty dark. It gets better, I promise, but it does startle a bit at the beginning, and I kind of wasn't expecting it based on the description. I mean, the description makes it feel like, oh yes, just your average middle grade fantasy, but it's not. It really isn't, which is why I think it does so well as a coming of age fiction piece, because it focuses on the different age groups and the coming together and all of that stuff. I think it does really well with all of that, because it's not just, you know, oh, I'm, 12 or 15 or whatever, and I suddenly understand the realities of the world. No, it's not that at all. It's no matter what age you are, what's going on in your life, however aware you are of the world, however not aware you are of the world, people go through difficult times, and it sucks. And if you are, brave and good and whatnot, then you can face that really well. The prose in this book did feel a little flat. I mean, I liked the story quite a bit, but there were times when the prose kind of took me out of the story. However, I think the story itself makes up for a fair bit, and I'm usually of the category where I like beautiful prose, even if the characters feel a little flat. But in this case, I think the characters were so well done and so well crafted that they made up for the prose. Being just a little bit flat, a little bit too regular in its rhythm. Granted, again, from a linguistic perspective, that is actually a very valid style and it works quite well under certain circumstances. And I think this is one of those circumstances where it did just that. Yeah, I'm curious what's going to happen in the next book because things ended interesting. I mean, it ended well. Mostly. Yep. Anyways, if you're interested in this book, coming of age fiction that deals with a fair amount of real life problems, it makes it feel very real, then as usual, all the links are in the description box below. You can find them there. My links there are there too if you're interested. And the weather's getting nice. I'm like astonished. I would love to go outside and read a book, but I can't actually be in prolonged sunlight. So I will just leave that up to you. So go read a book, go be outside, all of those things, and let me know how it goes. This is my problem with warm weather, is I like it. I do. Not when it gets hot. I don't do hot weather, but when it gets warm, it's lovely. And I want to be outside, but I can't. Not for long periods of time without proper UV protection. So much for reading a book in the sun. Anyways, go cause trouble, go read a book, go enjoy whatever weather you're having in whatever part of the world you're in, and I shall see you next time. Bye.